Welcome back, everybody, to the Breakdown Podcast YouTube channel. My name's Corey, and once again with me to help me break down the finale of The Masked Singer, it's Vic.
What's going on? Welcome back, everybody.
And before we break it down, we do want to let you know we have a show we do every Tuesday. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/MillerKing_51, where we are currently talking about the latest season of The Flash and a new edition, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You all know who it is. So we'll be breaking those down. Join us and join the chat and get involved with us. We have some fun on there. So, but if you can't, the show is available as well on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. So you can download those episodes and listen to them at your will. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below because that does help us. And leave us some messages or leave us some little comments and let us know what you thought about our guesses and how good or bad they were. And Vic, without further ado, let's break this down.
All right. So we are at the season finale of season 7 of The Masked Singer. 7. I am amazed that we have been through. I have been through 6 seasons of this show. It doesn't seem like it's been around that long, but it's been around a long time at this point.
Yeah. First, we do realize the finale happened like 2 weeks ago, but yes. we've had some real life stuff going on, so we had to take care of that, and we didn't want to leave the season hanging. So we're going ahead and doing this a little bit late. So apologies for that. Now, yes, as far as 7 seasons, I've been here since season 1, and I am dreading it at this point.
It's starting to wear you down, huh?
Yeah, it really is. It's becoming one of those. Why did I get started doing this?
Right.
Because it was fun at first,
and it's not because of the premise. It's because of the people.
Yeah, it's a lot of it has to do with the judges,
right.
And they're becoming increasingly annoying, and that's not going to change. They were I don't think they were this bad in the beginning. They may have been, and in the beginning it may have been cute,
right?
But now it's just become. It's like, come on, act like an adult, would you?
I mean,
you guys are stupid.
I feel like they're at the point where they should change judges. Keep you can keep even Stupid Ken and keep Robin.
No.
And switch out the girls, and then after you switch out the girls, the next season switch out the guys. So at least there's there's a trail of old to new, or switch out one girl, one guy, whatever it is. But switch them out so that last season there's somebody from the prior season and there's new people. But I think adding new blood to the judges will at least give somewhat of a different perspective, maybe a little bit of a different guessing patterns, and then also hopefully they won't do that same pantomiming BS that they do nonstop, dude. I
say get rid of Jenny McCarthy.
Okay,
she's a producer on the show. You can leave her as a producer,
right?
But because of that, she knows far too much, and I'm not even going to sit here and pretend that she doesn't know who these people are.
Right.
Get rid of her. Get rid of Ken. Put Joel McHale in there because he was far better. And he's not over the top with his. Sure, he makes jokes about some of his guesses, but all in all, he wasn't a bad judge when he would guest on there.
Dude, even better, just have old winners come back as judges.
Yeah,
because Wayne Brady's funny as shit. I don't care what you say. He'd make a great judge. You could definitely do that. It would make sense to do that because as a judge, they kind of know what to look for in some of these people's things. I think that would be the better idea. Would be to just do that.
Or you could have the fourth. You could have the fourth spot be rotating. Always be rotating from past people that were on the show, not just the winners.
Yeah, that too. Yep.
And then just keep 3 mainstay, and then that fourth one is always changing. That would certainly shake things up. But at this point,
kick Robin off for a show, bring in an old cast member. Then the next week, bring Robin back and kick Ken off the show and bring in a cast member. Kick what's her face off the show, bring in a cast member. So it would rotate that around enough that you would get a different feel, and then by the end of it you bring the 4 back, the actual 4, the original four for like the final two episodes, so they can do their rehash episode, and then they can do the finale. But I think that, like, because then they would be like, oh, well, you know, so and so, you know, Wayne Brady had a really good guest, you know, as this person. I hadn't thought about that. Like the conversation could be a lot more authentic. I don't think that they would be so apt to start doing the whole pantomiming thing because they're only there for one episode. They don't have to play that game. I think that would be like the best way to do it. So.
Yeah, and quit with the shots of the crowd. Nobody cares about the crowd. There's not one viewer going, I wish they'd show more of the crowd. Nobody cares.
You're never gonna get that because they need to show audience reaction. Whether it's real or not, it's just part of the story. You're not gonna find a game show anywhere that doesn't give you that piece of the thing. It's all
but that's the thing. Yeah, I understand that. You're not gonna find that. You know, it's not gonna be that way anywhere, but. Just the simple fact that the viewers at home don't care about the crowd. They care about what's on stage. They care about what the judges are saying. They could give two shoots about, you know, the crowd.
You hate them, but not everybody. Like, I find some of the shots of the crowd kind of funny at times. Like,
because they're taken out of context.
I find myself chuckling at the crowd sometimes. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, there's been a couple times there was this old lady. Like, that's the pantomiming thing. I'm talking about like the authentic shots where, like, when they're singing and there's this old lady in the crowd that is just fucking jamming. Like, she is like 80 years old, it looks like, and she's just dancing along with the whole thing. Like, she's letting it go. I was just cracking up at that old lady. I was like, she is seriously happy about this song. Like, but like, yeah, like you said, like, oh my God, I can't believe it's that person.
Yeah.
Like that's a little much. Yes, I get that. But I think having the crowd reaction and like authentic reactions, like singing and dancing along with the artist as they're doing whatever. And like maybe, and the disbelief of who it is, like be a little more realistic with it. Like, if I thought it was somebody else and ended up being somebody else that I never thought of, you're like, holy shit, what? Like, that makes sense. But like the over dramatized, reaction, that's just too much.
Yeah. Come on, man. Seriously? Yeah. You're a producer, you already know.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, call me old and cranky, but that's
old and
just
cranky.
The way it is.
I mean, if you're telling me to, I'm going to do it.
All right. So we have on this last episode, we've got the Ringmaster, we've got Firefly, and we've got Frog.
Yes.
Now we started out.
Get it right. I kept calling the Frog too, but the Frog was Bow Wow.
Well, it's still a frog. We started out with Frog started out first.
Yes.
And I'm going to preface this by saying they each did two songs. Well, two of them did two songs. I didn't watch those. I skipped it all.
Really?
I just I watched each of them sing their first song because
did you watch the clues?
Yeah, I saw the clues.
Okay, because these clues were pretty like dead on as to who the people were.
Well, I was already locked in on mine.
Yeah.
So the clues wouldn't have mattered to me. So I saw them sing their first song, and then I went right to the reveals.
You're like, this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you know, the whole judges thing. It's like I spare me with all that stuff.
Right.
So Frog sings first. And did you write down any clues?
Yeah, so one of the buttons, it had like there was a bunch of terms on, but one of the big things, it said Glee on the button. There was a picture of Ryan Murphy, so obviously, like if you think about what shows Ryan Murphy has shown, plus right before that they show a button that says Glee on it, you know this is a Glee cast member of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, which kind of irritated me because of who I had locked in. I'm like, okay, was he ever a guest on Glee?
Right.
No. As we said last week, I had Jared Leto locked in. Everything. I had so many clues that pinpointed Jared Leto.
Dude, you had so many clues that pinpointed Jared Leto that I was actually going, I might be wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have locked in Cheyenne, but that was for fucking good clues. But again, that happened to me too with somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but I just had it was what's his face, the Cyclops. What's his name?
Oh,
Hugo.
Yeah.
I was like dead on. Like every one of those clues matched to it being what's his face, and it completely wasn't. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, and when they in this episode they mentioned Glee and Ryan Murphy. So my first thought was, well, there's somebody that we've guessed in previous seasons, and even the judges have too. So maybe it's him. And his name escapes me now. But turns out, no, that's not who it was. It was Cheyenne Jackson,
Yep.
which I believe you guessed.
Yep.
Previously.
Pulled him from the picture, the best friend thing that had what's your name from Halloween. I can't remember.
Jamie Lee
Curtis had Jamie Lee
Yes.
Curtis, and then I went down that rabbit hole because she made
And
a
I'll
Borderlands movie.
tell you what that connection is.
And they made
Do you
a
know what that
Borderlands movie, and I figured it out from there.
Do you know what the connection with them two is?
The actual connection, no,
Yes.
because it was Borderland for me. So
Okay, no, that was not it.
Okay.
The connection was the TV show Scream Queens, and it was a show that was on Fox.
Yeah, I watched that
Several years ago, and he was on that show, which is also another Ryan Murphy show.
It is another Ryan Murphy show. You're correct.
So, so that's where that connection was.
Did they show that as one of the? Did they show that as one of the little sub things down there?
No.
Oh
No, I actually when he was revealed, I looked on IMDb. I was like, I've seen this dude before.
Yeah.
But where have I seen him? And I was scrolling through. I was like, maybe on that. But then I saw Scream Queens. I was like, that's where I remember it from.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And I, to be honest, I'm not really sure. I can't remember which. I think it was in the hospital season. I think it was in the second season.
Right.
What that he was in. But so Cheyenne Jackson was the frog. I got it wrong.
I got it right.
They got it right. So that brings us down to Ringmaster and Firefly.
Yes.
Firefly sang second. And do you have any clues that were revealed there?
No, because I didn't even pay attention to it. I had locked her in week 1, episode 1 when they showed her. Like, as soon as I saw her, I did like a quick look to make sure that it was who I thought it was. And as soon as I saw it, because like everything in that first thing, the fade, all of that stuff that was there, I was like, that's her. And I locked it in week 1, episode 1. As soon as I saw her, I knew who it was. So I didn't even like pay attention to her clue package.
And well, I was locked in on I think the second episode. I was locked in with Sore Loser, and turns out I was correct.
However, you were wrong because she was a complete winner. So.
Yeah, she's a sore loser that just happened to win. She got her way. She pouted until she got her way.
Actually, I think there was one on there. I think they did like they did a countdown. There's like 5, 6, 7, 8 was one of the things. And she was a choreographer. At like 16, she was doing choreography for like big name stars for their music videos. So I think that was one of the clues. If I remember off the side of my head, I think that was one of the clues, and that made sense to that too, which would have just drove me to it even more. But anyway, yeah. So they revealed her as being Tiana Taylor. Her most notable thing to start her career was the fact that she was on MTV's Super Sweet 16, and a lot of the clues came from that as well. The fact that she was a 16-year-old rap star, an artist that was signed to a record label at 16. She worked with Pharrell right off the bat, and then she did the song with Kanye called Fade, and that kind of launched her into a lot more opportunities, and she just became kind of a big name in the industry.
Before this episode, had any of the judges ever mentioned her? Do you remember?
No one said anything until this episode.
Until the final episode.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah.
Don't you think? And then finally, Ringmaster. I was already locked in with Emily Osment. There was the connection they showed Hannah Montana
right.
and Miley Cyrus clues at the beginning. I knew that Emily had previously put out an album, so she was a singer. She mentioned, I think, that she had wanted to be a singer but went down a different path, which could explain the whole was an actor, and if she wanted to be a singer, became an actor instead, or an actress. So that being said, I was locked in with Emily Osment, and you had.
I had Haley Artia. And the thing with this is she's from the Goldbergs. She's the older sister in the Goldbergs TV show, which has been on in her clue package, probably like the second episode for her. The clue package showed that she had been like, it was like a 10. It was like a golden number 10 or something like that, if I remember correctly, or something along that lines. And that she'd been doing the Goldberg for like 10 seasons or 10 years or something like that. And the gold was for Goldberg, obviously. At least that's what my mind said. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but that's what my mind told me.
Right.
But yeah, so she started out her career on Disney, on like the Disney Channel. Like she was in like Camp Rock or something like that, and she was like a backup singer for some of the like the main artists in that. And then like she redid some of the music for some of the Disney cartoons and stuff like that. I think she did like the Tinkerbell Bell movie or something like that. She did like backup sings, or she redid the song for that or something along that lines. So she like started her career kind of as a singer, and that's what she wanted to do, but it never like manifested in anything. Like she never got her break to become a singing artist. And then the opportunity came up to do the Goldbergs, and she just settled into being an actress from that point, at that point. But singing has always been kind of like her thing to do. But the reason why she got into that was because she was actually on the X Factor, and I brought this up before. She did the X Factor, and she actually performed in front of Simon Cowell, and they showed a picture of Simon at the end of the as part of her package. So like,
and one of the other clues too is that she had met Nicole before,
right,
and that was also from the same show.
Yeah, exactly, because she was a judge as well. So yeah, it all kind of rounded out into that. So she ended up being my pick, and
ended up being correct. So Vic goes 3-0 in this
the
episode.
finales. Yep.
I went 1 and 2. I'm sticking with that. I don't care. You still beat me, so you can at least give me the sore loser.
Oh, I got to give you. I'll give you the sore loser one because you're a sore loser.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy. I've been holding on to that one for 3 episodes.
Yeah, I'm sure you have been. All right, so I guess that's going to end it. We do want to thank you for watching through this season with us, and be sure to check out. We've got more videos coming out soon. We'll be reviewing other things as well. So on behalf of Victor,
That's me.
I'm Corey. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.
See ya. Sore loser. Perfect.